settle this once and for all. Are you a boss or are you a leader? Think about it for a second. How do your people see you? How do you handle tough situations? And most importantly, would you want to work for you? Hey there, Office Ninjas. Welcome back to another episode of The Office Ninja, the podcast that helps you level up your leadership game without losing your sanity. For this season, it's all about becoming a better leader, a better people handler, or a better HR pro. And today, we're diving into one of the biggest identity crises in the workplace. Are you a boss or are you a leader? What's the difference? Let's break it down. A boss is someone who gives orders, expects results, and often relies on authority to get things done. They manage tasks more than they manage people. Sound familiar? A leader, on the other hand, inspires. They build trust. They guide people, not just direct them. And the big kicker? People want to follow a leader, but they must put up with the boss. Let me give you an example. Imagine two managers faced with a struggling employee. The boss says, "Get it together or you're out." The leader asks, "What's blocking your success? And how can I help?" See the difference? Here's a quick reality check. If your team does things because they have to, you're probably more of a boss. If they do things because they want to, congratulations, you are leading. Let's see the red flags. Are you stuck in boss mode? Okay, let's be honest with ourselves. Are you guilty of any of this? 1. You micromanage everything. You don't trust your team to handle tasks on their own. 2. Your people are scared to speak up. If meetings feel more like interrogations, that's a problem. 3. You take credit but pass the blame. Leaders share success and take accountability for failures. 4. You rarely say thank you. Recognition goes a long way. If you think it's their job, why thank them? You're in boss territory. If you're nodding along to any of those, don't worry. The good news? Leadership is a skill, and skills can be learned. And how do you make the shift? So how do you move from boss to leader? Here's your game plan. 1, trust your team. Give them space to make decisions. Let them own their work. 2, communicate, don't dictate. Leaders listen more than they talk. Make it a conversation, not a monologue. Next, give credit, take responsibility. When things go well, highlight your team. When things go wrong, step up. Another, coach, don't command. Help your people grow. Instead of do this, try, how do you think we should handle this? Lastly, lead by example. If you want respect, give respect. If you want hard work, show hard work. Simple, right? And here's something extra. Check in with your team. Ask them, what's one thing I could do better as a leader? It takes courage, but trust me, the answers will change how you lead. A leadership case study. Let's look at a real-world example. Howard Schultz, the former CEO of Starbucks, didn't just run a coffee company. He built a people-first culture. When the company struggled, instead of cutting employee benefits, He invested more in training and growth. He knew that empowered employees create great customer experiences. And guess what? Starbucks thrived. That's leadership. It's about seeing beyond today's numbers and investing in people. So why would this matter to your inner peace? Here's the thing. Bosses are usually stressed out. They feel like they have to control everything. They're constantly fixing problems, chasing deadlines, and dealing with frustrated employees. Sounds exhausting. That's because it is. Leaders, though, they build trust, autonomy, and collaboration. Their teams work with them, not just for them. And when you create an environment where people feel valued, work becomes less stressful and more fulfilling. The biggest win, you get to prioritize your inner peace. You're not firefighting all the day. You're not micromanaging. You're leading with confidence, and that makes all the difference. Alright, let's wrap this up. Here are today's takeaways. Bosses control, leaders empower. If people follow because they have to, you're a boss. If they follow because they want to, you're a leader. Trust, communication, and coaching are your best leadership tools. The less you micromanage, the more peace you create for yourself and your team. So, here's my challenge for you. Take a moment today and reflect. Where do you stand? And more importantly, what's one thing you can do this week to shift from boss to a leader? That's it for today's episode of the Office Ninja Podcast. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Remember, prioritize your inner peace. See you next time, ninjas.